pro-Western side claims that Ukraine defends Bakhmut very well, while the pro-Russians are asking themselves why it takes so long for the Russian army to win this battle. What's your stake here?
Well, first of all, the Russians that are asking that probably don't know anything about war. I mean, the Russian forces are literally assaulting one of the most heavily defended spots on the planet, and they're doing a good job. The Ukrainian side, I don't know. I think the Germans thought that they were doing a good job of operating in Stalingrad up until the end. The bottom line is, military math. How many people is Ukraine losing? The amount of resources that are being burned up in Bakhmut by Ukraine far exceed their ability to replenish. So just from a pure military mathematical standpoint, no one can say that Ukraine is prevailing. They're burning up their resources at a rate far greater than they can replenish it, as opposed to the Russians, who are replenishing greatly, having reserves pulling in while minimizing the amount of casualties they suffer. They're losing 8 to 10 Ukrainians for every Russian lost. So let's say that's 500 Ukrainians in a day. The Russians are losing 50 guys. That's a lot of guys, but it ain't 500. That's a casualty ratio that Russia can sustain indefinitely. So anybody who thinks that Ukraine is winning simply is deluding themselves. And any Russian that doubts the military prowess, hey, why don't you go to the front line and see how it is? People sitting in the back, like me, in a chair thousands of miles removed. We have to be careful when we start criticizing the actions of those on the front lines. This is hard fighting, really hard fighting. And the Russians and the Ukrainians are, both putting it all on the line. It's just that Russia's doing it better than Ukraine, and Russia's prevailing.